And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Vice President of Business Transformation and Operations for BRP and the Can-Am brand, Martin Susie.
Driver, start your engine!
Pace car is in, getting ready to go for the first of the Can-Am Duel. Green flag is in the air. Chase Elliott leads them across.
As these cars head into 1 and 2, I'm really anxious to see what Chase Elliott learned last year on these restrictor plate tracks. He's back on the pole, but has he gained the experience and knowledge that he needs to keep these competitors and these veterans behind him?
Mike, I hated to do the old switcheroo on you on the 78-22,
okay.
but you asked me first, so I took 78. Because a little birdie told me he's going to be really good tonight.
Wow,
I think he
power
is.
move right there by Chase Elliott in the 24. Did a little side drafting off the 2 car, goes into the lead.
Now on the inside row, or inside lane that is, Martin Truex Jr. Here's what he was concerned about on the pace lap.
Brake pedal don't feel awesome. Copy that. Just getting not staying up or what? It's just low. Every time after I bump it, it gets low and then it pulls to the left. 10-4. Yeah, I got an idea where we're going to work on.
Ooh, Bain got loosened up there. There was contact, and that white number 6 almost went sideways.
Yeah, I think it was McMurray that definitely got into the back of him, and that was a moment.
Let's see what happened to the 6 of Trevor Bain.
Whoa, wow. My goodness, that was so close.
Now, really, that was just McMurray getting a run, and he saw where maybe Bain had been running a little bit wide off of turn 4, and he was going to make that move, but it was such an aggressive move that when he got there, Bain decided to try to block it. They touched a little bit. It's amazing we didn't have a wreck right there. Here comes Paul Menard on the outside. Watch the no! Contact.
Kyle Busch got bounced around.
Unbelievable save by not only Kyle, but Paul Menard.
I think McMurray just got into the back of the 18 and sent him sailing.
And then show you, keep an eye on the 18, the yellow car of Kyle Busch. McMurray coming up.
Very similar move to what happened in the clash by Chase Elliott, doing the opposite of Brad Keselowski and what he did. And here's where it gets interesting. So, I see what happened. Yeah. So the 18 got bottled up a little bit behind the 2, lost momentum, and the 1 just came and gave him a big shot.
Boy, Matt Kenseth has shown some strength in the last 5 laps. When we saw that contact with Kyle Busch and Paul Menard on the racetrack, Kenseth got shuffled.
Oh, trouble. 55's around.
Oh, Reed Sorensen head on into the infield retaining wall, and that's Corey LaJoie slipping past. He may have gotten into the back of Reed Sorensen as they battled for position.
Heavy impact by C. Reed moving around inside the car. That's a good sign.
That's Paul Menard. He's got damage on his car and made contact with someone.
Are the 2 combatants in the upper right.
Close racing at this point.
Coming into the tri-oval. That was weird. Corey got a big push, maybe from Kyle Busch behind.
Oh, man, that's a hit.
But what I love about what I'm seeing there, I know that was a heavy impact, but look at that new wall that Daytona Speedway has put in with a safer barrier. Much different angle than what Kyle Busch hit that wall with, and that's because of the improvements they've made.
Watch the 83 get a little, did he get a little loose here? Maybe not. He looked for the inside.
Yeah, the 55 fell back a little bit. He got a big run and he went to go to the inside. The 83 did of Corey LaJoie, and unfortunately just made contact in the left rear. It doesn't take much.
Right through this trouble, Mike. Your car is so free through here. If you just touch it, you can spin it out.
In real time.
Whoa.
Oh.
120-mile-an-hour impact.
I guarantee it took him a while to catch his breath on that one. He's going to really be feeling it tomorrow.
Yeah, that right there is exactly where Kyle Busch hit 2 years ago, and that was not protected like it is now. So good job on the Speedway's part, and I'm glad that Reed was able to get out of the car.
He is indeed. Reed Sorensen could still make the Daytona 500. We'll have to see how the second duel shakes out. But some heavy contact with your car. Glad to see you out of the care center okay. What happened coming off that corner?
I just remember getting turned. Not sure how it developed, but I think we were in a good position to make this race. I was real proud of the way that the guys did with the car. The car was driving great. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just turned us just like I thought, but I guess he felt like he did what he had to do to make the race. So I hope he's proud of that part of it. Just hate it for my guys that worked so hard on this car at Premium Motorsports, but we do have another car, and you know, hopefully we can get it on speed and race the Daytona 500. It's just a lot of pressure going into making this race, and it's a very big deal to a small team like ours. And I hate to see us to miss the race by getting taken out like that. But it's part of racing, and we'll move on. If we don't make this race, we'll be in Atlanta. So we'll see how the second duel goes, and hopefully we're in the race.
Thanks, Reed. Glad you're okay. Let's go to Chris
Fun
Myers.
stories of these races, right? He races his way in for his first Daytona 500. Tell us the story just a month ago, how you found out you got this ride.
I was just welding seats in my dad's shop, and Ron Devine saw came in, and he was needing a driver. Matt went over to go fast and had an open seat that I politicking very hard for, and I picked it up. He said, "This is the call you've been wanting to hear." And I was like, "Man, thank you very much. I'm excited to go," and I just can't thank Dust is blasting enough to put me in that thing and to have faith in me to do it, because he could have chose several other people, and he chose me, and we're racing on Sunday.
And you called Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson on Corey LaJoie's side. He's in the field for the first time for the Daytona 500.
White
Chris.
flag in the air. Last lap of the first of the Can-Am duel.
Can he hold them off, Bud?
I mean, I think as long as they stay like this, but if those three cars that are three wide back there, if they get two wide or even single file, and here we go. We see Kevin Harvick getting a big run here. It's going to be tough to hold him off. Wow, that was a big move right there. That was important. That's half the battle.
Probably a winning move.
Another run's going to come before this race is over, though. He's got one more block. If he can make that happen, I think he'll win this race.
Harvick's got Keselowski to help in the two. McMurray alone in the one on the bottom. Harvick.
Boy, I tell you, Keselowski cut Harvick some slack right there, boys.
Yep.
Yeah, he could have dove to the inside like we saw Denny Hamlin do last year in the Daytona 500.
Off turn 4, Chase from the same place as Awesome Bill from Dawsonville wins the Can-Am duel. Chase Elliott for Alan Gustafson, a Daytona Beach product.
You are the man. Nice work, Eddie. Good job, boy. Super proud of you.
To do it and winning the duel, and Matt Yoakum is down there for the celebration in victory lane.
His Hall of Fame father in attendance, confidence and composure behind the wheel by the sophomore driver. Last year, you almost beat yourself up too much over what happened on the racetrack during your rookie season. Where did you improve most that showed tonight?
Oh man, we had such a fast Napa Chevy tonight. I don't know, I didn't think anybody was going to help us there at the first part of the race, and had a couple of good pushes to get us out front, and Eddie did a great job on top of the roof, making sure that he was calling the lanes correctly, and we're able to get back to the front. So just a big thanks to our partners, Napa, Hooters, Kelly Blue Book, Mountain Dew, Sun Energy One, Chevrolet, Valvoline, the Hendrick Engine Shop. They had some steam tonight, and it was apparent.
I spoke to Alan Gustafson on the grid. He never once mentioned points. It was always save the car, save the car, save the car. A lot of risk versus reward, but you earned some good points looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, to be honest with you, we weren't even really thinking about that, so that's great. I'm excited about that, but really just more excited about how this thing ran tonight, keeping it in one piece. Great way to start the season for us. This is, I know it's just a dual win, and it doesn't count, towards a win in the playoffs, but still means a lot to me. It means a lot to our team, and like I said, just a great way to start the season.
Congratulations. Jamie?
Here to deliver the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Vice President and General Manager of Global Retail and Services for BRP and the Can-Am brand, Sandy Scullion.
Drivers, start your engines.
Come, green flag in the air, and we're racing. Dale Jr. out front.
Well, he's ready to go.
Yeah, he was. One thing I know about it, he understands the air as well as his dad ever did. He drives this track better than most. He's going to be hard to beat.
Pretty messy start there. You know, they weren't very organized, and Junior was ready to go. I'm not so sure everybody else was.
Now, this is not the tightly clenched pack we had in race 1.
Oh,
let's see it develop.
Calm down. Just settle down, boys. We haven't even made a lap yet. They'll get grouped up.
See Denny coming with a pretty big push and run on the inside lane.
Ryan Newman
probably
behind
get to
him.
the inside here. Boyer.
Here comes Hamlin in the 11.
Wow. Whoa, Boyer was wanting to drop down in behind the 11. I think he changed his mind. There wasn't quite enough room.
A lot of momentum in that inside lane. The outside lane's a little bit broken up.
You know what else is running at 8,000 RPM? Us. I think it's time for our first Fox NASCAR Crank It Up of the 2017 season.
Do it.
Ooh, let's do it.
Do it.
Coming outside, there's no hold. Clear to the bottom if you want it. One back, 2 wide, 1 back, 2 wide, half back, 2 wide. Inside. Watch the top here. Got to run, come here outside, outside. Back inside with the 77. He has no help except for the 41, 2 back of us. Clear. Outside 13. One's coming to help here. Curl around. 41 is gone. Inside only, 3 in your mirror. Side draft a little bit, see what you got. Seven. 2 back now, 48. No hold, still out there. 5. 5 when we get back, we'll race till they... Are you needed to lift it off a lot then, Fairway? No, I'm obviously flinching a little bit based on Thursday, but it's so much more controllable to slide it, but it's a different type of loose. Do you feel we're slow? I feel my car is too sensitive to side drafting. I feel it's really damn fast in a straight line when I don't have anybody side drafting me.
You can see the 5's right on the rear bumper of the 88, and
bam, bam.
Little bump right in that transition that I talked about, so vulnerable, and that almost turned the 5 of Casey Kane around.
But yeah, start on the front row of the 500, win his Can-Am Duel. Oh, smoke from Blaney's car.
Uh-oh. Did he get in the wall or what? I think he may have.
Eric Jones, the rookie.
Oh, man, that's a shame. He was doing an awesome job.
Smoke abating there, but there's David Reagan coming right up behind him.
Bam, bam.
Oh, that's
wow,
actually the 48.
Yeah, a lot of contact. Woo.
And then the 5 just shot by those guys.
The 21.
I think there's damage to the left rear.
He's got a tire going down.
Yeah.
They just saw rubber flying out from under it. He's coming to the pits.
So you can see the 48 side drafting as the 38 comes up here. It looks like he gets in the quarter panel of the 48, turns him into the 21.
Exactly. There's some contact on back here with the 77 too. He reacted to that.
That's why you got to be so careful side drafting down that back straightaway. You never can tell what that car in that lane behind you is necessarily going to do.
There's what happened to Eric Jones, the rookie.
He's probably going to get some nose damage. Yeah,
he got a shot.
He couldn't anticipate them slowing down like that.
A.J. Allmendinger hit the brakes. Now they're on pit road now, and they are on the 5-minute damage repair clock.
Is coming, boys.
Riding along.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty heavy damage.
In and out, 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 in and out.
I'm really curious to know if that 48 team and Jack and House was watching the video we just showed.
Boy, that's as calm as I've ever heard Jack and Else in a situation
here
like
it goes.
this.
It's down.
Yeah.
Right front's down. You saw the sparks.
Come on, yeah.
Caution for Jimmy Johnson. His speed week has not gone well. 2 spins in the clash. And now this collision.
The good news here is he was right up against the wall when it went down. So I mean, there's damage there. They're going to be on the 5-minute clock. Here's the problem right here. Look at that right front fender where it's broken apart. They cannot fix that, or they'll have a tough time fixing that in 5 minutes. Jamie? Oh, there's that left rear corner.
Oh,
we
yeah.
Talk about.
Goodness.
Wow, great save by Michael Waltrip.
Hang on to her, buddy.
I mean, that's that area. If you
Kurt Busch and Clint Boyer.
Do you know that 3 car has the best average finish last year on all the restrictor plate tracks? And here he is. What a great run he's had tonight. Austin Dillon in the 3.
The timing of that just couldn't have been more perfect for Hamlin. But don't give this to Hamlin just yet. He's got 4 or 5 cars lined up behind him that might be able to do the same thing to him.
See if the 2 Stewart-Haas Fords hook up. They do. Busch to the outside. Boyer with him. Hamlin up to cover the spot.
Watch this. If that 14 can give him a big shot here, he might be able to make a move. The 41 and Kurt Busch. He's
Dillon
backing
and
up to him.
Backing up.
Teammates, 41-14.
Oh.
Hamlin pulling away.
Don't do it.
Off turn 4. Here they come to the stripe. Denny Hamlin for the win. Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, teammates side by side for second.
I think Boyer may have clipped the 41 here at the line.
Good job, brother.
Of NASCAR, Denny Hamlin, last year's Daytona 500 winner, his 8th victory on this Daytona track, and Matt Yoakum is down there for the celebration.
A new contract for Denny Hamlin and some great restrictor plate racing gamesmanship there to come back from the penalty.
Yeah, it was great. Great FedEx Toyota. You know, great car, and got a great push there from Austin. We worked really well together that entire race. So keep that in mind in the 500. Looked like our cars were really good together. Can't thank this team enough. Great job. Wheels and FedEx announcing a renewal today. So this is a great sign of a great year, hopefully to come.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. very happy after that. Led 53 laps. You guys ended up 6th. You watched it right there. Anything you would do differently if this was Sunday in the Daytona 500?
I don't know what I could have done differently to defend that. Once I heard the 3 was clear on the outside, I knew they was going to have a big run. And Denny's so smart. He knows what he's doing out there. One of the better plate races out there. So I could have, either any which way I would have went, he was going to go the other way and probably get by me. I just was hoping Austin might push us a little bit since he drives a Chevy, but you know, I don't know if I'd have done it any different than he did either. But congratulations to Denny. They just had a good run at the end. I was doing what I could to keep the lead, but once they got clear of that inside lane, they built so much momentum real fast right there at the end of that back straightaway and had such a big run. So if it's Daytona 500, same thing. You know, ain't much you can do about that. It's not really defendable. So, you know, it's a good job by Denny and those guys putting it all together at the end.
Been 7 months. Good to see Dale Jr. back in a race. Good job. Chris?
A couple of moments for Forrester there in that previous lap, wasn't it?
One thing we just noticed was that side window was gone, but you see right there, the side window flew out of that truck. It's required that these trucks will run with a side window.
And look at that. See that left rear tire? The Goodyear lettering is marked off or rubbed off of that. He and Joe Cobb almost had a crash getting into turn 3.
Yeah,
see the lettering gone off that left rear tire?
Yeah, I think Jennifer did a real nice job moving down as far as she could to give him extra room.
Watch there. Forrester turns right down like Jennifer Joe isn't even there. She did a great job of using the bottom of the racetrack, even almost off the track, and holding her truck straight and not causing Forrester to go for a big spin.
There's a look at the 12 of Spencer Boyd. Didn't make it all the way around without assistance. And this is why, never a good sign.
She's going to start smoking here fairly severely.
Oh, it sounded like it lost a cylinder.
We were hoping maybe that there was an oil line that was loose, but it sounded a little bit worse than that.
Does a nice job once he gets it slowed down as best he can. He got onto the apron, so good job by Spencer.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Senior Director of Tucson Electric Power, Carmine Tillman.
Drivers, start your engines.
Teammates on the front row. That's Johnny Sauter on the inside, and the pole winner, Kaz Gralla, the youngest driver in the field, just over 18 years old, on the outside. The green waves. The season is underway. Racing at Daytona.
Whoa, he brought Christopher Bell with him. Gralla got such a good start. Bell followed right along and dove in behind him. I talked about how hard it's going to be to bust up them GMS trucks. Christopher Bell said, I got this.
Got another GMS truck lined up behind Johnny Sauter. That's Spencer Gallagher.
Single file, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 wide, deep into the pack.
We got everybody jockeying for the inside of the racetrack. Remember, you talked about it, Michael. Hug that yellow line. Let's stay there.
And you got to be, even though we're talking stage racing, you can't force it, Phil. If you're back 8th or 10th on that bottom line, there just isn't anything to gain from jumping up to the outside this early in the going. So while you see that middle lane making some progress, if you want to duck out, say you're about where Timothy Peters is right now. You want to be a part of that closing outside lane?
Oh! Contact and into the wall.
Hang on to it here, man. Hold the brake.
Oh, the 19 of Austin Cindric hard into the wall.
Looked like Chase Briscoe got into the back of the 18 of Noah Gragson.
Wow.
A lot of damage.
We also talked stage racing.
Youth versus experience.
We talked everything that could lead to us seeing the biggest crash fest we've ever seen with these young, inexperienced racers pushing too hard too soon. Right here, that's the area in which it looks like this accident starts. Right there, just an awkward push from the 29 truck of Briscoe into Gragson, and these guys scatter from there.
The track gets blocked.
You hit that grass over there, it tears the nose off the truck. Look at that wreck. They're still wrecking laid into it.
Down in the grass.
At that point, it becomes like a spider web, just catching trucks.
Look, it was just a situation where it looked like Gragson went up, and Briscoe was on him, and they made contact.
Yeah, the 7 of Brett Moffitt had that outside line. It was a little bit seized up there, so we talk about how the fact you can't hardly see through these trucks very well. He was slow, and looked like Chase just got in the back of Noah just a little bit.
Or did he?
But it doesn't take much. All it takes is the slightest bit of contact.
It looked like Gragson maybe was just trying to maneuver in behind the truck ahead of him and could have gotten loose.
Clay Greenfield with the best opportunity to have a great run here. He's in this.
It has every sign that he hit him, but that one angle, Phil, it didn't look like he was up on him when the truck started weaving.
Hard hit for Austin Cindric, that 19 truck into the outside safer barrier. Let's ride along with Austin Cindric, see what he saw here.
Right. Right in front of Chase. Chase is on the 18, one in front of you. Easy, go low, back it down, back it down.
Just needed a couple of feet, Phil, and he's through on the inside.
Yeah. How about this time from the 24 of Scott Lagasse Jr.? Watch it.
Inside only. Get on their door inside. Inside only. You have more help coming here. Go on, check up. Stay at the top. Hurry up. Watch the film grab. Get on the brake. Clear down.
He could have escaped without any damage, Phil.
Yeah, just sort of minor contact there, it looked like.
Slid through.
Right in the middle of it all was that 29 truck of Chase Briscoe. 1 lap remaining in the opening stage. Stage number 1, Brett Moffitt, the leader. Spencer Gallagher, Christopher Bell, And the pole winner, Casgrella, in the single file line, top 4.
We're going to see a different flag from the flagman here than we've ever seen before. It's going to be green and white as Christopher Bell makes the move on the outside.
That move would have never been made a year ago, Phil. They would have just bided their time, rode in line, nothing to gain at this point a year ago. This is what stage racing is all about. There's 10 points on the line and one precious playoff point here for the guy that wins this stage. Oh, and they're going to crash.
Bell and Moffitt contact, and the caution is out. And for the second year in a row, Christopher Bell involved in an accident. Significant damage to the 7 of Moffitt.
I don't think there's a great deal of damage to Christopher Bell's truck, but Brett Moffitt more than likely is terminal.
This is just bump drafting gone bad.
Watch the 23 of Spencer Gallagher. Like he might have just gotten into the back end of that 7 truck.
He
just
got out
enough.
he got out to the right side of the bumper, Vince, and I think that's what turned Brett Moffitt around.
Luckily, no more than just a couple involved. You can see right there.
Maybe that's why Matt Crafton dove out of that pack.
Because the 7 of Brett Moffitt and the 4 of Christopher Bell were on the front row, and Sauter was back a ways.
Yeah, Spencer Gallagher looks like pushed into the back of the 7 of Moffitt. He clips
all 4 tires off the ground on Christopher Bell's truck
for the second year in a row.
Gonna go racing when we come back at Daytona.
And take 1 through 4 to this stage.
Oh, John Hunter Nemechek
with an
trying to hold on to it.
That's turn 4. He's going to have to come to you, it looks like.
Get some championship points.
There's John Hunter. You see smoke trailing from that truck, but he's going to move well out of the way.
He must have gotten a little bit of a fender bender there late in that run. There wasn't smoking earlier.
Keep on digging. It's still green right now. Still green.
Stage 2 is complete.
You notice that flag, that green and white flag. That's a new flag here in NASCAR that signifies the end of the stage.
It's been a pretty good new format for Johnny Sauter so far. Stage 1, check. Stage 2, check.
100%.
The important part was speeding on exit, and that's what they did. Oh, there it goes.
Contact between Peters and Bell. Can Bell gather it in? Definitely some contact. And the 5 of Corbin Forrester through the grass tears up the front end of that.
A lot of damage to Bell's truck. I don't know that he was trying to pit or not, Phil, but he got.
I don't think he was. I think he just had a little bit of help.
Got real low on the track.
Yeah.
That's where we talked about where you can't have any bumping. You're in the banks. You come to the flat of the exit of 4. So vulnerable right there. Right rear quarter right there. It just spins him loose.
Yeah, just turns him loose. Timothy was right on him. I'm not even sure Timothy made any contact, but can you believe the job that Timothy did to avoid being in that incident? And also Scott Lagasse for giving him room to get in because he had to have some room.
Yeah, I don't think Peters was the cause of Bell. That's for sure.
Not at all.
I mean,
not at all.
I think he just, if he touched him at all, was because Bell had gotten loose and out of control. The replay here, the Timothy Peters in that white truck.
He got a little bit sideways, I think, Mikey.
Yeah, just loose. And Peters just does an amazing job of avoiding this accident. And then Corbin Forrester would just really know where to go.
Yeah. Look at all the damage the grass did to the 5 of Forrester's truck.
Right along with Christopher Bell. Second time he's had an issue in that spot tonight.
With my experience and Timothy Peters behind me.
Oh, John Hunter Nemechek is around.
No caution yet. There's the caution.
And the caution is out. You see all the damage that Nemechek has suffered throughout the course of the night already.
Inside line, but I'm going to take the outside. You have to let me in. Does he trust that he gets let in?
Yeah, there's John Hunter. Just gets a little bit loose coming off the corner. It gets away from him. His dad, Joe, did an amazing job to avoid him.
And that's right there where we talked about. Exiting the corner from the bank to the flat right there, loose.
Just when it flattens out, that rear goes around, keeps it out of the outside wall. But remember, though, we had a restart early in the race when GMS did that. But Christopher Bell from the outside got such a good push, they got it in between GMS trucks.
It's the third time that John Hunter Nemechek has gone around today. Didn't actually hit anything on that particular spin. Was running 12th at the time. Watch it from the onboard of the 4 of Christopher Bell. That's Nemechek just ahead in that black and yellow number 8.
That's what you call loose off. You call your crew chief and say, I think I'm a little loose off. That's next. 16 tries, only one top 5 finish for our champion, Matt Crafton. Can he hang on? He's got a big lead.
Don't get out too far.
The final lap, Crafton in the 88 in front.
Johnny Sauter
inside, it's 3 wide.
Making that hole.
Forced his way to the middle.
Middle of 3. You're middle of 3. Come on, 13. You got a guy coming to you. Not over. Keep digging.
They're crashing. Rhodes into Crafton.
Keep digging. Damn.
Crafton up and over.
And Kaz Grala looks to me like will win this race.
Huge crash at the end on the final lap. And Kaz Grala, the youngest driver in the field, the youngest driver to win a pole award in NASCAR's Touring Series history.
We'll have to wait and see NASCAR, but he sure looked like he was the one that emerged with a lead.
And it's official. Kaz Grala is the winner, the youngest driver to win at Daytona in NASCAR National Touring Series history. Kaz Grala, 18 years old, wins the season opener. Grala looking forward to getting that checkered flag, and he's going to, maybe not the way he envisioned getting his first win with the big crash going on behind him, but he will celebrate it with his team.
I like
Chief Jerry Baxter.
I like a little bit of smoked salmon with my olive oil. He's smoking them up there, isn't he?
We talked about youth versus experience. Experience always seems to win out here. Not tonight, guys.
See, no surprise to me that exiting the corners when the trouble happened. It just was a very aggressive push.
Yeah, it looked like Grant Enfinger was trying to help. Ooh, look at Matt Crafton up and over.
There's Johnny Sauter up in the middle of the mess. Grant Enfinger was pushing right there when the track flattens out.
Yeah.
Around goes the 27, catches Crafton, who thought he was home free.
Exactly in that spot where you said you didn't want to be pushed, where the track changes a little bit of that elevation.
It's nearly impossible to do it cleanly, and this is just way too much right here. Enfinger would have been much better off just to tap his partner, tap his buddy past Crafton, but he got too aggressive. It's the last lap, you understand that. But look at the impact by Timothy Peters. And look at Grala just sneaking through that hole.
Right through the middle. And how about Austin Wayne Self right behind him? Chase Briscoe as well as Crafton goes up and over. Wow.
30-some hundred pounds of race vehicle just floating around like a feather. That tells you how fast these guys are going and how crazy things get at the end. He's still not on the ground.
Watch it all from the 24 of Scott Lagasse.
Leap bumping, stacking, stacking, stacking. Keep rolling outside, bottom 3, close the door at the bottom. Get down, get down. Hey, truck, watch it spin, keep rolling, watch it spin, get through it.
How crazy was that view of Crafton over there? We got to see that again. Now look, he comes out.
Work back all the way back. Still 3 with help. Still 3 with help.
Oh.
Reckon. Hang on to
Timothy
it there.
never even had time to back off, guys.
Now from Christopher Bell.
3 mid. 3 mid. Easy, come middle, 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 middle. Keep coming middle. Keep coming middle.
That looks straight out of the movies.
Yeah,
I mean, you couldn't believe that truck could fly over like that.
Just amazing pictures.
Awesome camera work, guys. This is beautiful. I mean, it's terrible, but it's...
Scott Lagasse. Watch Matt Crafton over there. Completely up in the air.
Unbelievable. So thankful that everybody's okay.
We saw Crafton in that truck, the yellow 88, walk away from this mess.
Look at it land on the 21 of Johnny Sauter.
Scott Lagasse.
There's Myatt Snyder, the 51.
You see Lagasse, he's one of the first trucks to clear, so he's going to get a decent finish out of
He's in
this.
victory lane with tonight's winner, Kaz Grala.
Here he is, Vince, victory lane at Daytona. take the scenic tour to get to victory lane. You're celebrating all over the property. 18 years old, you're in victory lane at Daytona. How did you win this race?
Oh, I wish you could tell me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing out there. I don't know how to do a donut. I don't know how to do a victory lap like that. I just know I'm Polish, so I figured I should drive backwards. That was freaking awesome. I can't believe we won Daytona. This completely changes our season and the way that we can play it. This is huge for our organization and for myself, for Jerry, for GMS, Kiklos. I mean, oh my God, I can't even believe this.
How about your emotions on those final couple laps? The restart, then you fall back, and you barely worked your way through that wreck.
My radio cord came out on lap 79, so I drove almost to the end of the race with no radio. Oh my God, someone flipped. I drove almost the rest of the race without a radio on, and barely for the green-white checkered I got a radio on. And honestly, I got lucky coming out of 2 there. I just didn't lift, and luckily everything went crazy around me. Hope everybody's all right there, but oh, I'm so happy with the way that played out. I can't even believe it.
And you mentioned this changes your season. How?
Well, I mean, we can do a lot of R&D here going forward. I mean, I've never been on a 1.5 miles in my life, so I'm looking forward to not having the pressure to win. Of course, we'd like to get more wins, as many as we can, and especially to lock ourselves in for sure. We'd like another one, but right now, I mean, there's no better way to start the season. On the pole, won the race. You can't have a better day than we had here in Daytona. I'm so happy.
Well, Kaz Grala, he is a rookie, but it does not matter. He's in victory lane at Daytona.
Thank you.
Great stuff, Hermie.
Don't you just love that young enthusiasm? I mean, Daytona would do that to me, and I'm old. He said, I don't know how to do donuts.
How about the average age of that top 3? 20 years old.
Wow, how about Austin Winsome? What a great job that young man did with a lot of damage in his truck.
About a night for the Nemecheks, 4th and 5th, John Hunter and Joe.
Yeah, but Joe really messes up that top 5 average age thing.
So thankful to see Matt Crafton and Johnny Sauter, Timothy Peters all walk away from those trucks under their own power after that unbelievable incident. Caitlin's with Johnny Sauter.
Yeah, Vince, he's just been released from the medical center. Johnny, walk me through what you experienced from your perspective.
Well, you know, when it's calm like that the whole race, you don't really know what to expect at the end. And, you know, I was watching on that restart, and 88 was getting, you know, he was laying way back, and you know, probably more than I thought was allowed, but regardless of that, you know, we tried to play the team strategy like we had been doing all night long, and I looked down in my mirror when I pulled to the bottom, and my teammate was way back, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. And the outside line, it looked like they were hooked together and had a hell of a run coming, and so needless to say, I went up to block the 88, and not really sure. I thought once I went up to block them that I would unlatch those two and you know, get back to the bottom, and I screwed up. So I got to go back and watch, see what I could have done different, obviously. But what a dominant truck. You know, I can't thank everybody at Allegiant enough, and everybody at GMS, Hendrick Motors, Chevrolet. Man, what a great truck. There's probably some things I could have did different, and I'll study it.
Thank you, John.
College basketball coming up next. Oregon State and Cal right here on FS1. But tip the cap to the 18-year-old kid, Kaz Grala, the youngest winner ever at Daytona. For Michael Waltrip and Phil Parsons, I'm Vince Welch. So long from Daytona.